Hello, this is the Ramblings of an Indisciplined Mind podcast for Thursday, June 16th, I think. Maybe it's the 17th, 2016. As of this recording, Sierra is still missing. What am I thinking about today? Good question. Because I don't really know. I'm thinking about my villains, I guess, or my villain for the space opera. Because, kind of the main antagonist for that book is going to be. So I've got my main guy who is a deposed emperor, and his sister is the one who deposed him. And she thought she killed him, but she was wrong. And so, well, I haven't decided if I'm going to do anything from her point of view. I actually was not planning on doing anything from her point of view. But she's going to be just kind of an offstage figure for the majority of the book. Because she's actually going to, the plan is, we'll see what comes out after my roundtable brainstorming, but my plan is that her seizing the throne is going to take place before the events of this book. Now, we'll see some bits of that in flashbacks or remembrances or dreams or something like that. So there are certain things that I'm planning on showing. But we're not going to, my plan is that we're not going to see that in real time, if you will. And so at some point, the prince here, the emperor, is going to be in a position where he can try to seize the throne again. And so at that point, she's going to become a much more in-your-face character. So I'm trying to decide exactly how involved I want to get with another antagonist. There is going to be one that the protagonist is going to see as an antagonist. And that is, so he gets out to the Outer Rim stations and he realizes that while he's there, he could potentially gain access to the dread pirate Roberts of this land. It's not going to be called that, but this pirate that killed his father. And in lieu of any other mission, he decides, my plan is that he decides to, that this man must die for the death of the emperor that came before him. So but there's going to be a major reveal about that character in Act 2. And so that character could step off the stage as antagonist about the same time that the Empress, as she would be really stepping on it, other than just as a name that is doing things, moving pieces, and we might we might hear them, we might even see them, but it wouldn't be that we would be interacting directly with her. And so I'm trying to decide if that's enough. Act 1, I'm kind of thinking that it's really about him trying to get acclimated to surviving. And being frustrated that he can't immediately fight back against his sister, and that he has to hide like a craven, but at the same time he doesn't want to waste the sacrifice of its body double that allowed him to get away. So yeah, I'm trying to decide. Do I need to show some things? Do I need to show some things from the sister's point of view? There are a couple things I can think of that where I could have scenes that are showing what she's dealing with after taking the throne, and burying her brother, or the person she thinks is her brother. There's also a couple other situations that she's going to be involved in that I'm thinking there could be a reason for a scene from her point of view. But my intention was this was going to be a single POV book. That was kind of my thought process. But what I'm scared of is that she's just going to be, I'm hoping that I can make her real enough through the main character's memories, through his remembrances of her, that when we see evidence that she's doing things, that makes her real enough in that we're seeing her through the main character's point of view, through his memory, until we get closer to the end when that would be different. So that's a key point, actually. I hadn't thought about that really where we're establishing her is in his memory. So it's really, we're establishing, in the reader's mind, I would be establishing his perspective of his sister, which probably isn't very good, not surprisingly. But I want to, I need to do enough that she's a real character, that she's not a cardboard cutout. And that's my concern. I actually have that concern with two of my female characters. And it's not because they're female, it's just because, it's just because I haven't totally defined their roles to the level that I want to, or how to explore that character more. So maybe what I should do is, I'm thinking about this because I was listening to a episode. Actually, I still got a couple minutes to go on it, of the Roundtable podcast, and it was a Balticon panel about how to create villains. So maybe I can do some juxtaposition of some of his good memories with her with some of his bad memories with her. Obviously being more toward the end there when she's doing little things like taking his throne. And maybe that way I can kind of flesh her out a little bit more. As opposed to just having her be a diabolical sibling. That's an interesting idea. Interesting idea. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about today. As I actually started putting together my pitch for the Roundtable podcast. It's gonna need a lot of work. I got a lot to add to it, and then I think there's a lot of I've written a whole large, probably worth 2 paragraphs really, of the history of how this solar system came to be settled, and I don't know, I've got some ideas about language development, blah 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 blah, and I want to know those things for the back of my head, but it's not really relevant to the pitch, so there's some of that I need to pull off of there. But so yeah, I've been working on that. I worked on that a little bit. I haven't been doing it too much, but I did start to put that together. So, because I have a deadline. Although this morning I was putting the podcast out, I'm like, what were those deadlines that I gave myself? What were they? Do I remember? Or do I have to listen to the episode? And then they finally came to me. That's the joy of being old. So yeah, I guess it's 11 minutes into it. I guess that'll be that for today. I will be back tomorrow, although probably not on the road, because I work from home. And I'll be talking to you then. So, be seeing you.